Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, where we learn to grow our wealth slow and steady. The number one middle class belief holding you back. The belief that if you just work hard, everything will be fine. Essentially, if you just study hard, find a good job, and please your boss by working hard every day, then everything will work out, including your finances. This literally was what my parents told me when I went off to college. Study hard, get good grades, find a good job, and work hard. And good luck after that, because we don't know what else to tell you. Nothing about what to do after I enter the workforce. Should I contribute to my 401k? How much should I save? What should I invest in? How should I think about money and my career pathway? I had absolutely no idea how to approach any of these questions. And I don't blame my parents for not telling me, because as first-generation immigrants who came to the United States from Korea with nothing, they didn't know either. They were only going off what they saw and heard. They saw people with fancy college degrees and job titles living in nice homes with expensive cars. So they recommended I get a fancy college degree and a fancy job title, and you should be good after that. And naively, I thought that as well. But if harsh experience has taught me anything, I realized that if you want to build wealth, there's so much more to just studying hard, getting good grades, and working hard. Now, I'm not saying that 9 to 5 is not great, because they are. A good job provides stability, solid income, and professional growth. But you cannot stop there. You need more. But what more? Crazy risks that I see on TV and online? These fancy sounding tactics and strategies? Borrow tons of money for a real estate deal? Start a dropshipping business? Or start an LLC in Delaware? Which leads to the next point. The number 2 middle class belief holding you back. Belief that building wealth requires fancy tactics and strategies. We hear about and see this everywhere. Crypto billionaires, tech geniuses who built a billion-dollar business, a YouTuber with 300 million subscribers, and real estate moguls who own 10,000 units around the world. Thus, we come to believe that if we want to build wealth, we can't just rely on our boring 9 to 5. It requires implementing over-the-top fancy strategies. However, the danger with this belief is that it skews our perspective on what is realistically possible and where we decide to channel our energy. It's not to say that we shouldn't strive for the stars, but we also have to incorporate a level of pragmatism into our beliefs. Starting and building a billion-dollar tech business is not normal. It is extremely hard to do and requires not only a combination of extreme hard work and financial capital, but luck, the timing of the product, the market, and the economy as a whole. But when you believe that this is the only way to build wealth, then you can easily neglect all other more practical components of building wealth. Building your career capital, living below your means, saving and investing for a long period of time. They're not sexy, they're not fast, and they'll not make you a billionaire. But they will help you build enough wealth for you to live a comfortable life. But why do people swing so far to the right? Why do they only focus on the grand slam home runs and neglect the simple and boring singles and doubles? The number 3 middle class belief holding you back. The belief that you cannot build wealth with a 9 to 5 job. This is one of the primary reasons why people gravitate towards fancy tactics and strategies. Why people believe they have to take outsized risks in order to build wealth. Our society has a tendency to look down at boring 401ks and Roth IRAs. They're so elementary. They're so boring. They believe people do not become rich with their 401ks. No, they do fancy things. That's how they became rich. Well, yes, if you're Elon Musk or Jensen Huang, that might be true. But we are not Elon Musk or Jensen Huang. Many of us are not looking to get on the Forbes richest people on earth list. No, most of us just want to be financially secure. Financially comfortable where we're not stressed about money, but where money allows us to live the lifestyle that we want. In that case, you can totally build wealth with a 9 to 5. If you can save and invest consistently into your 401k, your Roth IRA, and your HSA for 10, 20, or 30 years, there's a good chance you'll amass a portfolio of $1 million, $2 million, or even $5 million. And in my book, that is wealthy. According to a survey of Consumer Finances, the median retirement savings for all families is $87,000. If you have to save $1 million in your 401k account, you're 10 times better than the median family. That is wild if you were to pause and think about it. The number 4 middle class belief holding you back. The belief that wealthy people show their money. The belief that someone with nice fancy toys has them because they're wealthy. The truth is that it's really hard to see someone's true wealth. Apart from billionaires we see listed on Forbes magazine with their estimated net worth, we don't actually know most people's financial situation. We don't go around with our net worth tattooed on our forehead for everyone to see. And most people, they don't talk about money because it's a very sensitive topic. So it's easy to confuse someone's true wealth. We look at an individual who has the fancy title of a dermatologist, who owns a mansion in Beverly Hills and owns 4 different luxury cars, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Porsche, and a Range Rover, and automatically think, wow, that guy is wealthy. I mean, just look at everything he owns. How can he not be rich? And we see someone who doesn't have a fancy job title, lives in a modest home in a middle-class neighborhood, and drives a 5-year-old Toyota Camry and think, Yeah, he probably doesn't have that much money. Why in the world would he drive a 5-year-old Camry if he had money? He needs to watch his spending because he doesn't have much money to go around. But what if I was to tell you the individual driving the 5-year-old Camry was actually wealthier than the Porsche driving dermatologist? Would you be surprised? Of course, because many of us are conditioned to believe that wealthy people look rich. They spend and spend because they have so much money. However, the truth is that the individual who is modest with their spending actually has a greater chance of building wealth than an individual who spends lavishly, regardless of how much that individual makes. Because the math is straightforward. Even if you make $1 million a year, if you spend $1 million, you're left with zero. The number 5 middle class belief holding you back. Belief that wealthy people don't watch their spending. I mean, they're wealthy. They have so much money. They don't need to keep track of their spending, how much they spend on groceries, eating out, on their car payment, and home mortgage. That is penny pinching. That is what poor people do because they don't have enough money to go around. But again, what if I was to tell you that most people who became wealthy got to where they're at because they watched their spending? They have a good grasp of where their money is going, what it is being spent on, and how much. And with this data, they continuously make adjustments so they can save more and invest more. The real lever to building wealth. Again, when I initially entered the workforce, I naively believed in this middle class belief as well. I genuinely thought that really rich people never looked at their bank account, credit card statements, and analyzed their spending. That for some reason looked like what people with no money did. Well, the irony was that I had no money, so I probably should have done that. If you want to build wealth, don't look down at watching your spending like I did. If something seems overpriced, don't be afraid to walk away. You're not impressing anyone by buying expensive things. Think hard about the value that you're getting with every purchase. It is okay to spend money, but constantly ask yourself, is this spending giving you genuine value that is worth it? And review your spending on a regular basis. Get a good grasp of how much you're spending on eating out, on Amazon, and on shopping every month. As Peter Drucker, the famous management consultant, once said, what gets measured gets managed. The number 6 middle class belief holding you back. Belief that investing has to be complicated. This is one of the biggest false money beliefs I had for the longest time. Because of the media, many of us come to believe that investing is a complicated endeavor. When we hear the word investing, we automatically see images of really smart-looking individuals sitting behind a computer looking at these complex charts and tables. And after hours of studying and researching, they're able to come up with an intricate investment portfolio and strategy that can make us money. However, the truth is that these are just Hollywood images conjured up by some scriptwriter. Yes, there are actually jobs where individuals are sitting behind computer terminals and making financial analysis and transactions. As a former finance director, I too spent a good 10 years of my life building complex financial models that had 20 different tabs and ran financial scenarios that had 86 different levers. However, investing for retirement has nothing to do with these activities. If we want to simply invest for comfortable retirement, we don't need complex financial tools and financial products. A simple compound interest calculator is enough to help you understand how your money will grow in the future. And a simple product like a low-cost broad market index fund is enough to build wealth. But why is it that so many of us keep getting pulled away from simple tools and solutions? Which leads to the next belief. But before we get there, a quick reminder. Make sure to download your free one-page PDF companion guide that goes along with this video. Everything I'm covering here in a simple to digest, one-page format. So go to the link I'll have in the description below to grab your free copy. The number 7 middle class belief holding you back. Believe that your financial advisor has your best interest at heart. When I was 23 years old, I met with my first financial advisor, a very nice gentleman who spent several hours with me asking me about my financial goals, my risk tolerance, and my future aspirations. For someone who knew nothing about money investing, I was like, this is great. This guy will take care of my finances and make me rich one day. Now, before I go on, I want to be clear that I'm not trying to villainize all financial advisors, because like this gentleman, most are very nice individuals who are just trying to do their best in their respective jobs. The key is to understand their job part. The financial advisor that I met with that day had one singular goal: to get me to buy their financial product, which at the time was an actively managed mutual fund. Thus, the reason why he went through the whole discovery process with me, asking about my goals and my desires, was so that he could solidify his sales pitch. Well, sir, you're in luck today, because this new fund that we just opened up for select clients will help you reach your goals and desires. How lucky was I, right? I was a lost puppy in a lion's den. Now again, I'm not against talking to financial advisors because more information is always better. Just know that they're not meeting with you for altruistic reasons. They have to make a living as well, and if getting you to buy their expensive financial product will earn them a higher commission, that is what most will do. Is it an ideal product for your financial situation? For them, it doesn't matter as much. Alright, if we have to be cautious about listening to financial advisors, then who do we listen to? Which leads to a next belief. The number 8 middle class belief holding you back. Believing everything you read or hear online. There is no shortage of financial content online. You have big news companies like Forbes, CNN, Financial Times, Wall Street Journal, Motley Fool. You have community forums like Reddit and Quora. And you have private content creators like yours truly, Take Him, Mr. Financial Tortoise. Like anything in life, there's both good content and bad content. So read, digest, and learn. But validate everything. Understand the incentive behind these content. For example, take this YouTube video that you're watching right now. Yes, I want to educate you as much as possible about personal finance and investing, but to be completely transparent, my other incentive is try to keep you watching more. Because when you watch more of my content longer, that allows me to better monetize the channel and in turn, higher quality and more videos. What do you think I spend so much time on my hair before filming these videos? Just for fun? No, my friend. It's to extend my watch time. But in all seriousness, my genuine hope with these videos is that the value that we're both receiving are mutually beneficial. You get better with your money, and I'm able to grow the channel and thus be able to invest more in my hair products. Regardless of whether you want to support my endeavor to have the best hairline on the internet, always validate everything. Don't blindly believe everything you read and hear online. The number 9 middle class belief holding you back. Believe that if you want to build wealth, you just need more financial discipline. You just need to be more disciplined with your spending, with your savings, with your life overall in general. However, do you know what I say? Discipline and willpower is overrated. We humans are biological and emotional beings. We're not robots, despite how many of us push ourselves to become one. When we're tired, we make mistakes. When we had a good night's sleep, we're more focused. When we had a tough day at work, we become cranky. That is just a natural part of being a living, breathing human being. So understand that reality. If you want to get better with money, don't think that discipline is all that matters. Yes, healthy discipline is important to provide some structure around our day and how we go about our lives. But when it comes to money, work smarter, not harder. Build systems and processes so you're not relying upon your willpower to save more money. Automate your savings so a set amount is transferred from your checking to your savings account at a set day each month. Automate your 401k contribution and investment contributions and forget about it. Once you automate a good chunk of your finances, you'll be surprised at how much more effective you're at saving money. Motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. The number 10 middle class belief holding you back. Belief that debt is a normal way of life. This is one of my personal favorite. Debt is such an interesting topic because people have so many different opinions about it. Some financial gurus talk about debt as the greatest thing since sliced bread. OPM. Other people's money. Borrow and leverage to multiply your returns. That is what rich people do. With leverage, you can supercharge your path to wealth. Others talk about debt as the devil. Do not touch it. Do not ever go near it. I would say I'm somewhere in the middle of the spectrum, leaning closer to staying away from debt. Debt enables us to buy things that are out of our immediate reach. One of the most common ones being a home. With the median home price hovering around $400,000, it is extremely hard for common individuals like you and I to be able to afford a home in cash. Home mortgages allow families to buy a home sooner. But do not think debt as your friend, as a normal way of life. If it's possible, most of us would be better off without debt. Thank you guys for watching In the Line of Debt. If you want to learn more about my stance on debt, please check out my video here. Until next time, all the best.